Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. I am so excited to welcome these two of Forest Films to this show. They are truly bringing the American dream back to the big screen. Christina Moralia, star, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So tell us about the journey of creating this slate of films and what your mission really is with this.
You go. I'll interrupt you when you.
All right. Well, she's usually better at this than me. But basically, Forrest Lucas and Charlotte Lucas, our executive producers and financiers, we got together and we wanted to tell like American dream stories. I was born in Iran, so I came here at a young age, and we actually made a movie about that as well, starring Jon Voight. And I just thought, you know what, America, the world right now could use inspirational, feel good, do the right thing, American dream stories. I think a lot of people that grew up in America don't realize the potential America actually has. They kind of take it for granted. And I give my friends a hard time about it. I'm like, guys, like, get off your beep and do something. You can do anything here. You're in Iran right now. We couldn't even do this in Iran. Wow. This is amazing that we can even just do this. So we got together. We've made a slate of 13 films. In the last few years, we do like 3 or 4 films a year. A few of them already come out. American Wrestler and Dirt came out. Warner Brothers distributed those for us. And, we have 8 films finished, and they start with Bennett's War. The premiere is tomorrow night. We're all excited.
Starring Michael Rourke.
Michael Rourke and Trace
Oh.
Adkins. Yeah, and Allison Page, and I have a small part in it as well, which is fun. Because we met back in acting class years ago, so we've been friends and partners in crime for
just a minute. We're babies.
Years ago.
Last week I met.
So you're partnered with the Lucas family, Lucas Oil.
Yes.
I mean, American Dynasty. What's been their contribution, and what was really important for them to want to tell these stories?
Well, I think that Forrest is a self-made man. He grew up in a house without running water. He had nothing and built the entire Lucas Oil all by himself. He was a longshore truckman, wanted to fix his own engine. He and his wife sold bottles out of their garage, like that. So there's a part of him that is like, work really hard, believe you can do it, and everything is possible. And the other part of what we've gotten from being in a partnership with them is that, I mean, how many race teams, how many race series, like 450 or
700,
something?
700 race sponsors, and we own 9 different series. By we, I mean Lucas Oil for the stadium where the Super Bowl was. And
so like the idea of Bennett's War, it's a story of a war hero who finds his comeback story. He has his post-traumatic growth through motocross. Well, Lucas Oil owns the pro motocross series.
Oh my God. You guys are living the dream. And obviously, I mean, Hollywood, that's the beauty of Hollywood. If we can tell the stories and inspire, is most important. But what do you think are the principles? Work hard. What are the principles are you bringing into them that are so important to your guys' heart and their heart to teach people through the inspiring stories? What kind of principles do you think?
Work hard.
Work hard, family.
Work harder. Work harder. And then work harder.
I'm tired.
Exactly. I think like family, loyalty, really just simply doing the right thing, regardless of who you are, your sex, your age, your religion, your political view. I think the right thing is the right thing. And I think if everybody understands that and just support each other, I think kindness and Forrest says, what does he say? He says, it doesn't cost anything to be kind. And this is coming from a self-made guy that did it all himself. So I think that's kind of what the world needs right now, in our opinion. But we're family alternative too. Like our movies are usually PG or PG-13. Once in a while we'll dip our toe in an R, but we're usually PG, PG-13, family friendly. We're inspirational. We're not faith-based. We're kind of like faith-adjacent. So we're not faith-based.
What leaps of faith each of you has made to really pursue the career that you have?
Well, I graduated from college a semester early and drove out to California from where I grew up in Chicago, and I didn't know a single person in the state of California. But and somewhere in my head, I was like, I'm going to be great. It's going to work. What? Yeah. Like you can only do that when you're young and really dumb.
I did the same thing. Drove cross country on a hope and a prayer. No job, no apartment, Craigslist, and here we are.
Yeah.
Was the intention to go straight into entertainment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And how did that unfold for you?
I waited tables. I worked at the Gap. I did a graveyard shift. And then I started getting commercials, which led to guest spots on TV, which led to a series, which led to another series, which led to not being employable, which led to, I think that's part of it is when I say work hard is that you reinvent. I mean, how I got introduced with Ali in Forest Films as I ended up writing one of the films. I had not written a film before, but I did a bunch of research and partnered with a guy named Brian Rudnick. So I think as long as
wasn't
you're-
just because you're beautiful and blonde? Oh,
That
yeah,
didn't
smart.
hurt, I guess.
No, gosh, no, but you're obviously a very hard worker. I meant that in the best way. Yeah, you're.
But when we
hard worker,
met, she was doing a
talented.
graveyard shift, and that's how we met back in the day. But yeah, I mean, she just a small role turned into series, regular role after role after role. And if we go anywhere that has anybody like under 12 years old, because she plays the mom on the show Jessie, it's like they saw the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like she signed their
70s show.
foreheads before the 70s show.
Ali, you've made a lot of leaps and taken a lot of risks as well. Can you share with us a bit about your journey?
Well, coming from Iran, I had a bit of a turbulent childhood. My mom was sick. She died when I was 15, and I was actually homeless for a minute right after that. My dad had to go back to Iran, so I kind of did it without choice. I was kind of like stuck. I used to street race a lot. That led to becoming a professional race car driver, which worked out well for me. And then I always did some acting on the side. And then a few years into racing, I said, you know what, I miss acting. And I was in a position where I met some people that were film financiers in the car world. So, and I owned the race team. So I already kind of had this producer hat about putting people together from all over the world. Because we used to tour for Subaru of America, like, 60 events a year. So we were always on tour. So I had that kind of producer mentality. And my friend said, why don't you make a movie? And I was like, okay. So we just took a chance, and 15 movies later, here we are. We're still doing it.
Yeah.
So it is big risks. So.
And Bennett's War is premiering tomorrow.
That's the premiere it will be in theaters on August 30th.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank
Clearly,
you. Thank you.
great pivoting and combining and doing true innovation with knowing the abundance and prosperity. So thank you so much. How can they find all your personal journeys as well?
We're at Forest Films Official.
Okay,
so
great.
everything is at Forest Films Official. And yours is, what is your?
At Lady Christina Moore.
And mine is at Ali Afshar, ESX, which is our production company.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Station, we'll be right back.
Thank you.